Well, good Saturday morning and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. Hopefully you are doing well today. Outside weather-wise, quick word of warning, it was kind of a foggy one earlier in the Midland, Auburn, Bay County, Midland County area. And because of that, there's kind of like a fog layer of ice and such on the roads out there and on the vehicles. So please be careful with all of that. So, but right now, I think there's a chance of snow today, and it's not that pleasant. But roads are good if you just take it easy and take your time on all of that. So, who do we got saying good morning? Good morning. Everybody's kicking in. Holy cow, Pat! Good morning to you as well, Mr. Wilkinson, Silkman is there. Rob, hey Rob, good morning to you, sir. Matt is here as well as Chuck. Hopefully, you're not driving this morning, Chuck. Mr. Tosh watching us on YouTube. Hey, it's good to be that it is working there as well. Derek, hey Derek, good morning. Love the idea of a reunion with Nick Danger hosting, by the way. Keep me updated on that. Joe on the west side, good morning, sir. To you, Sam. We're getting lots of folks. I'm going to spend the entire day saying hi to everybody and yo on there as well. But we do have a bit of things to get to, so we will go ahead and kick on that as well. One more, Rick on the west side. Good morning from the slippery GR. And wonderful Katie Gleason just here for the weather. She is going to pick up some more tips in her professional radio job while I'm just here having fun and dinking around on YouTube. So good morning to you, Cato. Hopefully all is well. Okay, big drop video yesterday as well. Lots of cool stuff went in there. A bunch of Neil Young. Still a lot of the Neil Young left. I think we still have a harvest in there. The bootleg is gone, so hopefully we'll see what we can find down the line on that. A lot of Country Joe and the Fish as well. We'll get to something from those guys here in just a moment as well. Chandran, good morning, and glad to know that the Dwayne Eddy sounded good as well. But check out that video if you get a chance to. It's on Facebook and on YouTube. Go back. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, you already like us, hopefully. But if you're watching on YouTube, we need you to click that little subscribe button. Let me try to get my thing. Is it over here? I forget. Help me out, Cato. Which side am I on? One of those sides. Click that subscribe button on YouTube so that you will be reminded when we put new videos up. And if you go a little bit further than subscribing and ring the bell on YouTube, you will actually get notifications when we put up new videos. Now, why is that important? A couple of reasons. One, we'll get to in a little bit. We're teasing a new show starting next week on YouTube. But secondly, is that when we put up videos, especially the drop videos on Friday, you will get notified first that they are coming in. Katie's telling me it's over here. Is that the right side? There's the subscribe button. There we go. Also this morning, Corey. Hey, Corey. How are you doing this morning, sir? All right. So let's get to it with that. Some really cool new releases this week to talk about. So let's get right to them. First and foremost, this made the front of our video. This is a group called the Aquabats, Kooky Spooky in Stereo. They've got a few other albums out, but this is a brand new one on Ghostly Aquabats blue vinyl and includes a poster. Now, these guys are from California. Go figure. But it's a band that claims to be superheroes, and they each have their own persona, including Crash McLarson. He's on the bassonings. Ricky Fitness is on Drumcopter. Eagle Bones Falconhawk. Now that is a cool name. Is the Mystic Picker. Jimmy the Robot on synth Hornix, and MC Beat Commander is the vocalist. So these guys are fun. It looks like it'd be a little more kid friendly, and it probably is. I got to give this more of a listen. I've been listening a little bit online, but the reason we bring that up is it was pointed out to me yesterday by one of our cool customers that the Aquabats are tied in with the Nick Jr. show, Yo Gabba Gabba. I almost said Yo Gabba Gabba Hey, but that's something else. But Yo Gabba Gabba was co-created by MC Beat Commander, the lead vocalist, on that as well. So these guys are fun. Check out their videos on YouTube if you get a chance. It looks just like a fun show back, when we could do shows and things of that nature. Mark Gleason, the Cuz, and speaking of California, yeah, I know it's getting a little bit shaggy there, isn't it, Cuz? Okay, also new yesterday, let me find a place to set these here where I'm not going to things. Okay, Uriah Heep. This comes through used a great deal. It's just an album that's always beat up because it was kind of a really cool one. It was enjoyed. But a reissue on 180 gram vinyl from BMG, limited edition white colored vinyl. So some cool stuff from their recreation on there. The Start Your Ear Off Right campaign continues with Buffalo Springfield reissuing Rhino, the best of. Now, it's a greatest hits album is what you're saying. I know how that goes there. But first time on LP in decades, meaning that it has been reissued before. And I don't believe there's any color to this, but this is the one. Buffalo Springfield, if I remember right, only put out 3 albums in the 2 years that they were actually officially a group. So when they broke up, the record company Atco wanted to get more of that as they could to milk it out after Stills and Neil Young went their separate ways to eventually go off to form that other band. I can't remember the name of that. But for what it's worth, the Mr. Soul, some cool stuff on there from Buffalo Springfield. Speaking of greatest hits, we also got a couple copies of Bill Withers' greatest hits, Just the Two of Us and Soul Shadows featured on this one. Includes all the other good ones, Lean on Me, Ain't No Sunshine, Lovely Day, Use Me, and more. Includes a digital download. So real cool stuff from the late Bill Withers put together to commemorate that. One more in the greatest hits side of things, the best of Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. Now, I'm hesitant to say greatest hits in this instance because it's really more of a compilation in that fact. Peter Green was with Fleetwood Mac, if I recall, for the first 3 albums. Heck, he founded the first incarnation of the band was Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac. So if you are a Fleetwood Mac fan, don't come into this expecting the Fleetwood Mac that everybody knows from Rumors, Tango in the Night, all of that stuff. This is blues. This is straight up Brit blues featuring Peter Green and some of his best work. The Green Man Alishi is on vinyl on this one, which is a good reason to have it on its own. But Oh Well, Part 1 and 2, the original Black Magic Woman went on to make famous as well by Santana, covering that Albatross, Rattlesnake Shake. So this is just a great blues album with a lot of Peter Green stuff on there. So we do have a couple of those in stock. Let's see, what we're hearing is, if Steve said that it's a little bit choppy on YouTube, try lowering the quality a bit. Well, there's a joke built in there somewhere about Steve's lowering quality, but we'll leave that go for now. Also new yesterday, the Kinks, a reissue of the debut album from 1964 of the Kinks, done on red vinyl limited edition. And this is just such a great Kinks album to have. Speaking of blues, there is a lot of it on here as well, but it also has got the appearance of their biggest smash, You Really Got Me. And when we say red vinyl, we're talking about this quality control copy, just a sweet looking red vinyl put up there from the Kinks. So some cool stuff. Yeah, that one was open for quality control purposes. You guys know how that works. Gary says, good morning. Good morning to you too. Chuck needs that Fleetwood Mac. We all need a little Fleetwood Mac, especially that one. Chuck, stop on in. We'll make sure we take care of you. Quick note, we have been going through these. Every time I get a couple copies of these, we blow through them. This is Roger Waters' The Pros and Cons of New York. Not a bootleg. This is actually, I believe, an official release from Bomber Records from a couple of years back, but both Volume 1 and Volume 2, 4 whole records of Waters performing in New York in 1985. Some cool stuff. This is probably going to be the last 2 copies of this for some time. I think I bought out the entire supply from our distributor. We'll see if we can get more down the line. So, okay. Other stuff we had in there is a lot of great vintage vinyl dropped yesterday as well, including a whole bunch of Country Joe and the Fish. Now, most of you may remember these guys from, they did have an appearance at Woodstock, I believe, as well. 1967, this is their Feels Like I'm Fixin' to Die Rag. That is their big song. But this is interesting because this is not only an original pressing of this, but it has the original Fish game in on this. And this, you want a snapshot of that era. I'll tell you what, from the late 60s. This, if you are unfamiliar, is what the Fish game is. Now, this was open, but this thing is in fantastic shape. It's a board game that was included with the original Country Joe album, and we'll open this up here so you can take a look. Idea is, and luckily this one didn't get cut up and used in that case, but the option of this game, the purpose is to get from the Fillmore. No, I'm sorry, to get to the Fillmore, or from the Fillmore to the Avalon. You got the cards on one side, and instead of you've got the game pieces down there, which you're supposed to cut out, and you pick up cards, which you cut there, and I guess you get joints the further along you go. One of the cards is score one joint. You're twisted. Take 3 turns now. Lawyer card. You're cool. Present this card when you're busted or go to jail. There's a card that says hungry. Bring back food for everyone. Go to Leo's music. You forgot guitar picks. So think of that Monopoly for 60s hippie potheads. There you go. So we got a cool copy of that Country Joe. Some other great psych rock yesterday went in as well. We got Lighthouse. These guys are Canadian. Then You Feel. I'm not as familiar with this album, but I do know a lot of their other stuff. Some cool stuff as well. And ones that I've not really heard of, but they fall into that psych pop or bubblegum psych category. Things like the Paupers with their Magic People. And this one is almost along the lines of, if you think of Up With People, but a little more psychedelic, the Peppermint Rainbow, Will You Be Staying After Sunday? You just look at the band on the back there, and they scream psych pop in that case. Another one from the Sunshine Company, Happy Is. And a big one, this is a collectible on the psych rock side, Elephant's Memory, self-titled from that. Self-titled track from them. Some great stuff in the psych rock category. We'll throw this on a little bit later today as well. All right, looking at the time, we're going to get moving on and get on with our day. Let me just check to make sure. I think we're still good there on this side. So one quick announcement. As we mentioned earlier on YouTube, if you're watching, we would like you to click that subscribe button that's right down there somewhere and get notifications when we put new stuff up. But we're happy to announce that this is kind of where the live has been going. We're going to keep doing the live. Let me stress that. Our Saturday morning live isn't going anywhere, because that is going to be very Radio Wasteland specific. What we've got on the shelves, what we have going on event-wise, if we're ever allowed to hold events again, and the like. But we are starting up next week, and it's looking like it's going to be Wednesday evening at some point, a show on YouTube. It's going to be tied in somewhat with the vinyl community on YouTube, but I'm really trying to work the balance between having a channel and a presence for the store versus the vinyl community, which is really more of collectors showing off their stuff. I want to fall kind of somewhere in between that. So this new show will be called, I know the imagination is running dry here, The Record Show. Very plain, very simple. But there have been a few folks asking in the lives and through here to see what it would like if I were doing a couple of record reviews. And so we'll have something like that coming up on the first one of a recent release. So we'll take a in-depth look at something like that. We are going to have guests on The Record Show on the YouTube channel, including one of our reps from one of our distributors that's going to come on and talk about new releases, what's coming up that week, what we have coming up to look forward to in the future. I do my best to keep some of that on track, but so much going on here at the store. Sometimes these releases slip by me, so I'm bringing in a special guest to help us with that down the line, to help keep us up to date with what's going on. Plus some other things tossed in there as well. We'll talk about some accessories. We'll cover how to use spin cleans. We will look at other things and maybe review some of the other stuff that we carry in the store as well, like the groove washers. But also, more importantly, I want to begin delving into Discogs. A lot of folks come in and I'm giving out tips on how to use and get the most out of the Discogs app. And so we are going to utilize this new show to begin tweaking into that a little bit here and there as well. All right, Sam says, woo, reviews. I don't know, man. My musical taste might steer you in the other direction on that. Hopefully one of those guests is a cool radio host with the last... Okay, Cato, I get the hint. We'll bring you on at some point here as well. So look for this on the YouTube channel, but the only way to do this is to subscribe to it. After they go up on YouTube, of course, I will share this new show back to the Facebook page as well. So you're covered on both directions when you want to find that. But begin looking for that. Wednesday evening is the target date. We'll see how the editing goes as I finish putting this together for early next week. So in the meantime, we got a record store to run. So I'm going to get the cameras turned off here, open the door, turn on the lights. You will be coming home tonight later on. See, I'm getting too little sleep, it feels like. But we'll fire up the turntable and get things going here at the Wasteland. If you'd like to stop by and see us today, after scraping the ice off your windows and carefully driving here, please do so. We are at 716 George Street, just north of downtown Midland. Open from, well, as soon as I turn off the cameras in about 30 seconds or so until 6 p.m. this evening. And then open again tomorrow on Sunday. We're open on Sundays from 12 noon until 5 p.m. Closed on Monday and Tuesday. That's my weekend where I like to do things around the house and try to get some record cleaning and other stuff done, but then back at it again Wednesday as well. And don't forget, Wednesday, we're going to be kicking off the record show on YouTube. So you guys have a great Saturday. Have a good rest of weekend. And if you want to come do some crate digging, by all means, stop by and see us today. And we will talk to you next Saturday live, right from here from Radio Wasteland Records. You guys have a great Saturday, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks again for being here.